You'll be shocked to hear the news today. This is what a real man with a big soul would do. Trump saved the life of a current employee, sponsored her serious illness, what it was like, and what his comments were. Let's watch and figure it out together.
Favorite network of mine that I really have a lot of respect for. That doesn't always treat me so great, by the way. They could do better. But at least they're fair. And I was watching and I heard the story of an incredible, unbelievable young woman who was battling rare bone cancer. They made a mistake. A doctor or a hospital made a mistake. She called it it was a medical error. Her name is Natalie Harp, and she lit up the television screen like very few people I've ever seen do it. And she talked about how they were preparing her for death.
Natalie Harp, who has battled stage 2 bone cancer for most of her life, said on Fox and Friends that President Trump's right to try law allowed her to return to life after a medical error by a nurse in 2015 left her confined to a wheelchair and in excruciating pain. You know, when you hear stories like that, it gets really scary. I'm thankful to God that people like Trump are shining a light on these issues and helping to combat them.
And because of Right to Try, she's now living and I think doing phenomenally well. And somebody said she's here. Are you here, Natalie? Where's Natalie? Will you come up here, please? Come up, Natalie.
Thank you, Mr. President.
God, look how good she is. She looks flawless, and no one can tell a person was sick. It's a miracle. I know exactly what it's like to be held hostage by illness, and to realize that every morning could be your last. Friends, appreciate such moments and such people who can help.
You know, we all know the story about the Good Samaritan, but what you don't know is I was that forgotten person on the side of the road, the victim of medical error, the number 3 cause of death under the previous administration, and left to die of cancer. First, the medical establishment, they came by and they saw me there, so they wrote prescriptions for opioids, and they walked on. Next, the political establishment, they saw me there. And they stopped just long enough to come over and tell me how to die, how to speed up my death so I could somehow die with dignity. But then an outsider, my Good Samaritan, President Donald J. Trump, he saw me there, and he didn't walk by. He stopped, and for every single one of us, he gave up his own quality of life so we could live and work and fight with dignity, because he believes in survival of the fighters, not the fittest.
So, this is basically our administration, abandoning you to your fate. Survive yourselves and let the strongest survive. You know, it's like we're in a Hunger Games film. Why should we survive and not live? That's the big question for this government. I hope that soon we'll be living in a truly great America.
And so, Mr. President, you have made a lot of promises to us, and you have kept every one of them. So now we're going to make you this promise. Just as you fought for us, forgotten America will never forget how you saw us on the side of the road, and you walked over, and you picked us up, and you made us great again. And now we're going to fight for you, Mr. President. God bless you.
Thank you, Natalie. It was an incredible thing.
It was really something delightful. I am grateful to Trump and God for helping to save this beautiful girl's life. I would like to see more people like this in our country so that people with problems can feel alive instead of living out their last days. What do you think about this? Write your opinion in the comments and don't forget to watch other shocking news on the channel.